Not every rich man is sent from God. Some come to collect your soul. They called her Debbie, 25, light skin, body carved like temptation itself, big hips, full chest, small waist, a face like butter, and a voice like soft music. On Instagram, a CEO, owner of a skincare brand. Offline, a professional slay queen who only dated men with Range Rovers, dual passports, and bulletproof egos. Debbie wasn't your regular city girl. She knew the streets, played her cards sharp, and never settled for less than VIP treatment. She had one rule: if he is not rich enough to make you delete your hustle, he is not the one, period. Every Friday, she was at a club in Lekki, popping champagne with her bestie Amaka, another fine babe with fake business posts and real sugar daddies. Their life was soft, phone buzzing with alerts, vacation in Dubai, and men they barely knew, paying rent for apartments they didn't even sleep in. Until the night everything changed. It started like any other girl's night out. Baby wore a skin-tight red dress that hugged her curves like sin. Her makeup flawless, wig 30 inches. She looked like a walking fantasy. When she walked into the club, all heads turned, and that was exactly how she liked it. That's when she saw him. Tall, light skin, clean cut, kaftan, shining like morning. His name was Malik, the kind of man who did not beg for attention. He walked to her. Their eyes locked, and for the first time in a long time, Debbie felt drawn, not by money, by mystery. He didn't flirt, he didn't brag, he just smiled, a calm, slow, knowing smile, and then he sent a drink over. That's how it started. By 2 a.m., she was in a Mercedes Benz, Maybach, heading to his place in Banana Island. It was the kind of ride every Lagos girl dreamt of. Tinted windows, soft music, scent of new leather, but somewhere along the third mainland bridge, her heart started racing. She couldn't explain why. Relax, Malik said, smiling. You are safe. But why did safe feel like a lie? Safe is what the devil says right before he locks the gate. The drive of Banana Island felt like a dream, the kind you don't wake up from. Malik's Maybach moved like a silk through the night, and Debbie sat there, legs crossed, pretending to scroll on her phone. But her heart had started whispering. She looked over to Malik, still calm, still quiet, still smiling the same quiet smile like he knew something she did not. He didn't ask questions, he didn't touch her, he just drove, like they had done this before. By 2:40 a.m., they arrived. The gate to the compound was massive, black iron, guided. Debbie noticed something strange. The security man did not even look inside the car. He just opened the gate like it was expecting something. The kind of loyalty that doesn't ask questions. Inside, madness. The mansion was mad. Wide marble floors, gold fixtures, glass staircase, and at least three chandeliers in the living room. It smelled of money and power, but also of something else, something faint, something sharp, something like iron. Malik offered her wine. She declined. I don't drink wine after 2, she said, smiling. He nodded, still smiling. Good girl. That phrase pricked her chest. She sat, pretending to be on Instagram, pretending to be relaxed, but her legs were stiff, ready to run. That was when she noticed it. On the wall behind the dining table, what she thought was art at first were photos, old grainy pictures of women, light skin, dressed like her, smiling like her, all framed, with red markings drawn across their faces. Her heart dropped. She stood up casually, walked to the edge of the living room, pretending to admire the space. Nice house, she said. Thank you, Malik replied, still seated, sipping from a glass. Do you live here alone? No, he said calmly. Sometimes I have company. A cold breeze touched her neck. She didn't know if it came from the AC or something else. She pulled out her phone to call Amaka. No network. She walked to the entrance gently, tried the door handle. It didn't open. Debbie, Malik called softly. She turned around slowly. He was standing Now, his kaftan gently swaying his smile. He was standing now, his kaftan gently swaying, his smile gone. You are too curious, he said, but that's okay. You will understand soon. And then she heard it, the sound of a second door unlocking from somewhere deep in the house. A chill shot down her spine. Someone else was here. It's not only demons that wear ons, some wear Gucci. The second door creaked open, slowly, like the house itself was breathing. Debbie froze. Her mouth was dry, her hands were shaking, but she held her composure like a city babe who has seen it all. Then a figure stepped out. A woman, light skinned, about 40, in a black satin robe, barefoot, her eyes heavy with secrets. She looked straight at Debbie like she had seen her before. You brought her? The woman asked Malik. Her voice was low but sharp, like a whisper laced with lace. Malik did not answer. He just walked over and stood beside her, like they were one. They, like they were one. Debbie's heart was thumping like a generator. Her voice failed her for a second, but she forced a smile. I think I should go. It's late. No, the woman replied. It's just getting started. From behind, her two other men came out, bowed, dark skin, wearing black trousers, no shirts. Their eyes were cold. Their hands were behind their back. Debbie's backed away. What is this, Malik? What's going on? But Malik did not respond. He looked at her and smiled. Not the soft one from earlier. This one was full of something dark, like victory. We have been watching you for a while, the woman said, pretty. Ambitious, greedy, just the kind we need. Need for what? Debbie screamed, backing into the couch. For elevation, the woman replied. Debbie ran into the door, shaking the handle, slamming, screaming. No sound escaped that mansion. The windows were sealed, the glass bulletproof. She was trapped. Malik moved closer calmly, slowly. You think we offer rights and roses for free? He asked. Nothing in Lagos is free, Debbie. Not even a smile. He signaled. The two bad men advanced. Slowly, Debbie picked up a flower first and smashed it on the floor. Touch me and I swear. But her throat broke in tears. That was when the woman brought out something from her robe, a red string with 7 cowries. And the moment Debbie saw it, her knees gave away. She had seen this before during a deliverance service her cousin dragged her to. The exact string, the exact color. She remembered the pastor's word. If you ever see this string, run. It means your name has been spoken in a place deeper than the grave. If Lagos had a hell, this mansion was the gate. David's legs buckled as the red His leg buckled as the red cowrie string dropped to the floor. Her body trembled uncontrollably. Her makeup now smelled with sweat and silent tears, but it was her silence that screamed the loudest. The bowed men grabbed her, not violently, but too calmly, like this wasn't the first time. She was dragged past velvet curtains, deeper into the mansion. The walls changed, no longer luxury. Now they were linked with ancient carvings, dim candles, and strange marks. The air smelled of old and something foul, something rotten. Her heart raced. Then she saw it, the room. Red floor, a giant clay pot in the center, animal skulls hanging, charms tied in a black and red cloth, and in the middle, a raised wooden platform covered with the white cloth stained with brown. Debbie knew it wasn't paint. She screamed, please, I will give you money. I have friends. Let me go, please. But her voice was swollen by drums somewhere in the walls. Drums began to beat, low and steady, like a heartbeat. Boom, boom, boom. The woman in the robe, now without a stood in a red wrapper, her body marked with white chalk. The woman in the robe, now without it, stood in a red wrapper, her body marked with white chalk symbols. She began to chant in a strange tongues. Her eyes were rolled halfway back. And Malik, he stood by the door smiling, silent. Debbie begged him with her eyes. Please, she mouthed. But he turned away. That broke her. The bowed men laid her on the platform. She struggled, kicked, bite one of them, but they held her down like they would held her down like they had done this many times before. Then, from the corner of the room, the woman brought out a wooden bowl filled with dark liquid. Debbie screamed, shattered the air. The drums grew louder. Her voice cracked from shouting. Her fingers scratched the platform. She could see the woman raise something above her. A carved dagger, ancient, blunt, but stained. Spirit of the gate, the woman shouted, we offer this body. Bang! The door exploded open. Gunshots, shots, chaos, SWAT. In black gear, night vision, laser sight, bullets hit the ceiling. Malik fled. The bowed men ran. The woman hissed and vanished through a hidden exit behind a curtain. Debbie blacked out. When she woke up, she was in a police van. A female officer was holding her hand. You are safe now, she said softly. We have been tracking this ring for 2 years. You were lucky. Debbie burst into tears. The loud, broken kind, because she realized it wasn't love that almost killed her, it was greed. So, some demons don't need chains to follow you. They live in your memory. The sirens faded. The lights of the police van no longer blinked. But Debbie was broken, not just bruised, not just scared, broken. She sat in the corner of the safe house room, wrapped in a thick brown blanket, trembling like cold lived inside her bones. The female officer had tried to make her talk. A psychologist had come. Nothing. She just stared at the floor and whispered to herself, how did I not see it? It was Malik's eyes that smiled. It haunted her. Not the rituals, not the blood, just the fact that it looked so normal, so real, so perfect until it wasn't. The news broke the next day. Notorious Lagos ritualist syndicates busted in Banana Island mansion. Photos, videos, clips, but Malik's face nowhere. He had vanished like a ghost in the wind. That night, Debbie could not sleep. Every sound made her flinch. Every shadow in the room twisted into Malik's silhouette. Then, her phone buzzed. Unknown number, one message. You are still mine. You left, but you did not leave. I always finish what I started. She dropped the phone, heart pounding. She ran to the officer's room. Please, I need protection. I need to leave Lagos. I need to disappear. But the officer had already seen the message. You are not the first girl to say that, she said. He always returns. He knows their fears. He feeds on it. Debbie cried. What do I do? Start over. New name, new city. But remember this, your flesh escaped, but your mind, you will have to fight for that every day. The Lagos trap wasn't just a house, it was a mindset. The test for the fast life, and sometimes the price isn't death. It's being alive, but never feeling safe again. Debbie might have escaped, but the trap is still wide open. 2 months later, a fresh girl touched down at Murtala Mohammed International Airport. Her name, Adora, bright-eyed, straight from Enugu, holding a fake Louis Vuitton bag and dreams larger than life. She was told by her plug that Lagos was where everything glittered, that there were men that changed lives overnight. If you played your card well, right and looked the part. She was picked up in a black tinted Mercedes-Benz, driven to a high-rise service apartment in Lekki Phase 1, and waiting for her, Malik, fresh, kaftan, white teeth, light skin and a charming smile, still deadly. He didn't even flinch when he saw her. Same lines, same smile, same trap, but this time he was smarter, quieter, no flashy clubs, no phones, no third parties. Just rituals in silence. You see, what most people don't know is that Malik isn't just a man, he is a system, a network of brokers, drivers, landlords, fake businessmen partners, even some corrupt officers, all working together to keep the girls moving and the sacrifices flowing. And the worst part, each girl thinks she's the only one. Back in Jos, Debbie was living under a new name. She changed her hair, got a job at a boutique, didn't talk much, But every time she saw a tall man in white, her heart stopped. She was healing or trying to. Until one day, a girl walks into her store, slim, brown skin, probably 22, and when she pulled her phone out, Debbie saw the wallpaper, Malik, smiling and holding a glass. Her stomach dropped, she froze, and that's when it hit her. She wasn't just a victim, she was now a witness, a living threat, and if Malik knew she was still breathing, she might not be breathing for too long. When you escape the lion's den, don't go back to pet the corpse. Debbie did not sleep that night. She kept seeing the new girl's face, her wallpaper, Malik's face, that damn smile. She paced the boutique alone after closing, her body shaking, mind spiraling. That feeling, that cold rush behind the neck. He was close. She called the policewoman who had once helped her. I saw him, she whispered. Where? No, not him, but a girl, one of his new targets. I know the look. I know how it starts. I can't let it happen again. There was a pause. Then Debbie, you need to leave it alone. These people, they are deeper than you know. But Debbie wasn't listening anymore. She had survived a house of dead. She had seen girls chained. She had smelled fear in the dark. She had died mentally and cloned her way back. She could not walk away. So she followed the girl after work from the boutique to a lounge in Rayfield where a black SUV waited outside, and stepping out of it, Malik, life, direct and unbothered, as if God did not try to strike him once before. He hugged the girl, whispered in her ear. They both laughed. Debbie's nails dug into her palm. Her vision blurred. It was him. It was always him. But what she did not see was the second SUV behind her. Two men watching her from inside, talking inside earpiece, one of them nodding slowly. She found him again. Then it's time to clean the mess. At 2 a.m., Debbie's door clicked open, but she wasn't afraid anymore. She was ready. She had gone to the press, sent her story, photos, and a voice recording to 3 independent journalists, one in Lagos, two in Abuja. If anything happened to her, the whole thing would blow. They came in quietly, gloves, no words. One had a syringe. But what they did not know, Debbie had learned how to play dead too. She did not run. She set them up, and now Malik was the prey. When the hunted becomes the hunter, the jungle starts to bleed. Malik was getting nervous, not that he would admit it, but in the past 48 hours, three things happened that had never happened before. His two men sent to silence. Debbie had vanished. No calls, no messages, just off the grill. A burner blog had published an anonymous story about a Lagos socialite with a dark ritual past. Too vague, too to go viral, but too close to ignore. And most disturbingly, Debbie was still alive. He sat in his Ikoyi mansion robe, loosely tied, lights low, phone in his hand, scrolling, reading, watching. Then he saw it, a TikTok, 1 minute long, posted by a faceless account. Just text, no voice. He smiles with blood on his lips. Lagos girls, be careful. Some flashy men aren't just rich, they are hungry. His hands clutched the phone so hard it cracked. It wasn't over. Meanwhile, Debbie was no longer alone. One of the officers she had trusted before, not just any police officer, but a DSS informant, had gone rogue to help her. People up there want this buried, she whispered, but I have seen too many girls disappear. Let's do this. So they plotted, tracked him, built a file. Debbie wore a wire, met another girl he was grooming, took photos, videos, location, and everything. They were building a bomb, a digital one. But then it struck first. Debbie's boutique was set on fire at dawn. She watched from across the street, eyes hollow, phone in hand. I knew he would try, but what he doesn't know is I am still 10 steps ahead. That night, a viral thread hit Twitter, posted by Debbie. A deep expose, name, faceless photos, description, locations, victims, testimonies, and finally, Malik's full name. This is the face of the devil Lagos girls worship. Share this before it wipes. Within 2 hours, over 90K shares. Then the call started from Lagos to Abuja, from underground police unit, from women who thought they were crazy until they read this. Malik knew it was over, but he wasn't planning to run. He was planning to burn everything, even her.